FA Cup final. And Hatching! What a magnificent goal!
Good evening and welcome to IMO with me, Stuart. It's been a while since I've done it, so apologies for the length of time that I haven't done it for. Thank you very much for everyone that's watching as we speak on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Much appreciated. If you've got any comments, if you want to ask me anything, please do so. You can come on. I can do shout outs. I can do happy birthdays. I won't sing and I won't dance, but I'll do anything else. And hopefully I won't lose my voice too much. If I do, I have got my drink with me to have a drink. So just remember, though, where you can find us and where you can follow us. We're available on Twitter or X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're sponsored by Right Steel Fabrications, who can do your steel fabrication work up and down the country, but mainly in the Coventry and Warwickshire area. We're partnered with the Anecdote Sports Bar at the CBS Arena and also the Sky Blue Tavern, which I normally do most of my preview shows, our preview shows from live from there as well. So we are available on podcasts. If you don't want to watch me or watch us, you can go and listen to us on Apple, Spotify, wherever else that you get your podcasts from. So there's a few of you watching at the moment, so thank you very much for that. Any questions or comments coming in, please send them in to me, and I will get to them as soon as I can. So we are hoping that at some point today or tomorrow, our new signing, Matt Grimes, the Swansea captain, will hopefully put pen to paper, and we'll see the pictures of them there. That would be amazing. Sky Blue J on YouTube, thank you very much. Matty Grimes is a game changer. Yeah, I'm in agreement, but I can't get too excited just yet because I just can't. Until I see the handshake and stuff like I've just mentioned, I can't get too excited. I would love to, but I can't. Matt Grimes is the best signing, Coventry City signing since, I'm going to say, Milan van Eyck, just because on his day, the guy's the best right back in the league for me. Is absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's from Glenn. Macaulay Duffin, thank you very much on Facebook. Class player to get if we get over the line. Totally agree. It would be amazing. So, question to you guys out there. If he is allowed to play on Saturday, if we sign him before Saturday, does he come straight into the side for you guys? Does he come straight into the team? And if so, who'd you take out for him? Because Alan's been playing quite well recently. The past few games, he's definitely been one of the difference makers. So yeah, does Alan go out the seam? Does Torp go out the seam after scoring 2 goals? What happens? Do we stick with a back 3? Do we go back to a back 4? Under Average Cov fan on YouTube, thank you very much. Will anybody leave? The only one that I can probably realistically going would be Tavares, just because he hasn't featured under Lampard, and I would have thought that if he had any chance of getting into the team, the cup game against Sheffield Wednesday would have been the one potentially, but he didn't. So maybe he goes. Sky Blue Sam, thank you very much. Any more new faces coming in? Obviously, Matt Grimes potentially coming in. Anybody else? So I've heard Tyreek George, predominantly a right winger, but he can play on the left. Sorry, predominantly a left winger, but can play on the right or as a number 10. So that would be interesting. Would you sell BTA? Probably not at the minute, no. It's hard to say, would you swap him around with? It is hard to say. For how harsh it is, I think Allen would probably be the one that would have to drop out, I think, for me, which is harsh because he has played well. But yeah, I worry about Joshua. Thank you very much on YouTube. Says I worry about where Eccles fits in with Grimes' arrival. Yeah, me too. Mark Smith. Any more All Things Sky Blue shows this week or next week? Well, I believe you're doing a deadline day stream with a couple of All Things Sky Blue WhatsApp members or followers. So that will be interesting on Monday. Excuse me 1 second. Just needed to cough. Off out of Mercia, thank you very much on YouTube. Alan has been terrific, but we are buying him because... But are we buying him because of our big names will go? There are often a cheeky bid for one of our big names late on. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I can't see Sheaf going because at the minute he's injured. And no one's going to take a punt on him in January when he's injured. So we'll have to see how he comes back. But no, I can't really see any one of the big ones going, if I'm honest. Macaulay Duffin on Facebook again. Yeah, I think the Grimes Torp combo is deadly. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. Who do you think we will sell to sell? Who do you think we would sell to fund Grimes' signing? I was just speaking with Josh actually about that, and I don't think we'll lose anybody. I think there's going to be a lot of speculation if we do lose somebody. Whether that's why we've got Grimes in, but I don't think it will be. I think we're getting him in because Lampard wanted him in, and Doug King's getting behind the manager and bringing who the manager wants. Josh says, I find it interesting how no other Championship clubs are going after Grimes, as he's easily one of the best midfielders in the league. But again, excuse me. Now we've got to think. I've just missed that. Sorry, Glenn, I just missed that. Heard that Mark Gay. Oh, hold on. Heard that Mark Gay from Chelsea might be a loan possibility. I don't think that's how you spell his name, is it? Is it Gia? Isn't it Gaia or Gia or something? I missed that one. Well, it's interesting if it is. Yeah, back to you, Josh. Sorry, mate. Yeah, it is. But again, is that down to our recruitment team? Have the recruitment team, done something with that? That would be interesting. Do you think that Frank Lampard will change formation once EMC and Haji Wright return? Yeah, I think his preferred is a 4 at the back, not a 3. And is he a Spanish striker, is he? Yeah, it's Gear, isn't it? It's GEIA or GIEA or something like that, I think. I think that's who it is. There's Tyreek George that's been branded around as well. So he's a left winger, can play on the right and in as a number 10. So that will be interesting. Yeah, but like I said, maybe it's something to do with the recruitment team. They get a lot of flack, and probably rightly so. But maybe they've pulled this one out of the bag and said, look, Grimes is available. Why not try and get Grimes? We don't know, do we? Dave on YouTube, thank you very much, Dave, my uncle. Kitchen has been so good in the last few weeks. He has, but so has others as well. But yeah, Kitchen's been right up there. Mark Smith on Facebook says, can we make the playoffs this season? For me, I'm going to say no. Look, at the start of the season, I gave us, we should have finished in the top 2 at the start of the season for me. But it hasn't worked out that way. So, started off poorly again. We're getting better, but I still think there's a lot of work to do. We're having a good purple patch at the moment, but we've got a couple of tough games. Yes, Swansea aren't in the best form. It's definitely be a winnable game. But next Wednesday we've got Leeds, difficult game. They've got some really good players. They're going to want to get some points on the board after drawing against that boring draw 0-0. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm not gonna say that we're gonna make the playoffs this year. I'm gonna say top 10, and just top 10 and hope for the best. Tavares out on loan, yeah, I can see that one happening, definitely. That's Glenn from Facebook. Glenn's also said, I think we'll bring in a loan or two on deadline day, like one from Chelsea. Yeah, maybe. Excuse me. Quite possibly. Joshua said, as good as we've been in the past few games, we still have another level or 2 to go up. Oh, yeah, definitely. Our passing can get better. We can move the ball a lot quicker. That's getting better. You can see what Lampard's trying to do, which is good. Lampard and his backroom staff, have got to take full credit for what they've been doing on the training field, because you can see it. It's coming out. Macaulay Duffin says he'd tied top 10 this season. He also said, especially the way we started. Yeah, totally agree. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Ben Watkin on YouTube said, I think the playoffs are on. Okay. I think a lot of people are starting to think that now, just because we're, look, let's see after the Leeds game. If we get, 4 points in the next 2, we'll see. If we can get a draw against Leeds, 11 wins from 17 games gets us on 70 points. Yeah, we've got to get them 11 wins though. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So I'm going to say top 10 and see what happens. Saturday prediction. At the moment, I'm probably going to go with, I think we keep a clean sheet, and I'm going to go with a respectable 2-0 win. It's not a ground that we get much from, but I just think that, if the Grimes transfer happens before Saturday, they're going to be down. They've got a few players out already injured. They're not in the best of form. I just think now's a good time to play them, and to play us isn't a good time to play us, because we are high on confidence and we're playing quite well and we're getting better, which is good as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. Do we go full strength versus Ipswich in the FA Cup? Yeah, I think Lampard wants to take it serious, I think. So yeah, I think Grimes is cup tied for it. Yes, he will be. So, you know, but look, we've got Leeds before that game anyway. So yeah, interesting. Mark on Facebook, thank you very much again. Has Lampard won the fans over? I think he's won the majority over, yes. Are there still people that aren't sure? Probably. I don't know many people that aren't sure. So he's definitely doing the right things. But that can, look, we know how football fans are so fickle. And that can change. You know, if we don't beat Swansea when we're meant to, if we lose against Leeds and then lose in the cup, 3 losses on the bounce, you know, it's a different picture, isn't it? You know, and again, it depends on how you lose the games, isn't it? You know, but to answer your question, yeah, I think he has won most fans over. But that can change. How do you assess the job that Doug King is performing as owner? How do you assess the job that DK is performing as owner? I think you've got to say that he's doing a good job. I really do, regardless of whether you like him or not. You know, he's trying to do what's best for the club. And at the time, he saw that was getting rid of Mark Robins because of the performances, because of how we were doing. You know, bringing in Lampard was always going to be a difficult decision to make. But at the moment, it seems to have worked. You know, people are smiling again. You know, Lampard, whether it has come from Lampard or whatever, but, you know, the club's gone out and got a midfielder. Would have preferred this, you know, would we have wanted Grimes in the summer? Most definitely. So why didn't he go out and do it? Because probably he was going to cost us another £6 million at the start of the season, where now, you know, they're not doing that well. There's a bit of turmoil. So maybe they've just seen an opportunity and they've said, look, we'll offer you 3.5, 4 million plus add-ons. Take it or leave it kind of thing. Even though I know it's not take and leave it because they've put 3 bids in, but you know, you don't know what's come out of conversations and stuff, do we? But they're doing things in the right way. Again, he hasn't gone out and got loans for the sake of it. You know, we're signing players on permanent deals, which is good to see. I don't want loans. It was the fact that if we couldn't get permanents, we go to the next thing, which is loans. But if we're still going to get permanents in January, then fine, don't bring any loans in at all. But we have got to add to the squad, and is adding an absolutely brilliant player. You know, a captain from a rival club. So yeah, who's the 3 going down? Probably you've got to say Plymouth are gone. Plymouth, I'm just trying to think who else is down there. Excuse me 1 second. Championship. Right, so you've got to say Plymouth are down. Luton, maybe Luton. I think Derby might do enough. And then you might be looking at Stoke, Cardiff, maybe. Joshua, is Frank the man to take us to the promised land? the way he's going about it, I think you've got to say yes. But look, we know how difficult it is to get out of the Championship. But I'm going to say yes. I do. I think he is the man to get us out of the Championship and into the Promised Land. I do. I don't know when it will be, but I think he will. I did an interview with an iPaper that should be coming out at the end of this week or beginning of next week, I think. And they asked me a similar question. And I said, I think I said yes on that one as well. That I do think that is the man to take us to that next level. Jamie Patterson sign until the end of the summer, yes or no? I'm going to say no. But look, if again, is another one. If he comes in and he does sign, it's a permanent signing. See what happens. He weren't a bad player. He's not in Grimes's league, is he? You know. Josh has said, how great is it to have an established number one goalkeeper who can keep you in games at crucial moments? Oh, it's just a breath of fresh air. Everything that he's doing at the moment is just turning to gold pretty much. You know, the goals that he's conceding have been deflections or a wonder goal. So, yeah, you can't take anything away from the lad. You know, he's only 20 and I can only see him getting better. He's starting to command his area a lot more. He's coming out for crosses. He's catching. He's just playing really, really well. And it's good to see. Glenn said, if Cov had our best squad available, could we beat any of the top four? As in the Premier League, Glenn, or the Championship? If Cov had our best squad available, could we beat any of the top four? Come back to me, Glenn. I need to know if it's the Premier League you're on about or the Championship top four. Stephen McGovern, how you doing? Will our loans, if any, have an option to buy? I think it depends on who it comes from. You know, if it's, you know, maybe one of the Palace lads, whether that's Holding or Slup, maybe possibly an option to buy. But if it's, you know, if it's a Chelsea or somebody like that, I don't think it will be an option to buy. Glenn said the Championship. Yeah, 100%. If we've got our best squad available, we can beat Sunderland, Burnley, Leeds or Sheffield United. We've beat Leeds, we've beat Sheffield United before. We've beat Sunderland before. Definitely. Burnley's always a little bit more difficult of a game, but there's no reason why we can't beat them. Yeah, definitely. It's whether we can do it over, you know, however 17 games that we've got left. Can we do it on that much of a consistent basis? That's the issue that we've got, is that consistency. But at the moment, we're being far more consistent than we've been in any time during the league. Joshua, visiting teams that's impressed you the most at the CBS. Couple of games ago, actually, at home. Who did we have? Oh, my mind's gone bloody blank. We beat them. Hold on. Let's have a look. Who bought a lot with them? You know what? It might have been the cup game. Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday. They did. They bought a lot of them with them. Who else? Excuse me. Yeah, I'd have to say Sheffield Wednesday, I think, on that one. In the cup anyway, not particularly in the league, but in the cup, they stood out to me. Do we know what wage Grimes is on? By all accounts and all reports, I don't know. Apparently, it's going to be 30k. But don't quote me because I don't know. Going to call it now. We make playoffs and knock out Sheffield United in the semi when we beat Sunderland at Wembley. I would take that. Definitely. Danny Walden on Facebook. Thank you very much. Danny has said, Matt Grimes, goodbye. Not as in goodbye, but goodbye. Good purchase. Yeah, I think so too, Danny. I'm not going to sing it, Danny. I'm not going to sing it. Danny's just put Wembley again, ole, ole. But I'm not going to do it to the. I'm not going to do it to the tune. I think this year. I think it's the year for the underdogs. Personally, I hope so, and I hope we are one of them underdogs. Even though we weren't at the start of the season, it was only our form that got people saying that we weren't going to make it and we were going to get relegated. But everyone's changing their tune now because we've got 3 wins out of 3. But things can change. Like I said, I'll be happy with top 10 this year. Top 10, Grimes in January, and see what we do in the summer. Be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait for the summer now. Oh, Villa are 2-0 up against Celtic under 28 minutes as well. Dortmund are 1-0. Liverpool are 1-0. Gapco. Anyway. Mark Smith said, can we beat Ipswich? Yeah, I think so. I think we can beat Ipswich. On our day, we can. Stephen McGovern, Grimes has had the most tackles in the Championship, exactly what we needed. Definitely, totally agree. We look so much better. Formation looks amazing, and we've got two great strikers. A class midfield could do with the new McFads, at the back, but Dovin is a miracle in goal. And Dan has also said 2 great strikers. I knew what you meant, mate. I'm not sure whether they're great strikers. And are we going to stay with 2 once Haji Wright, Mason Clark's back? Are we going to go back to a 1 up top and play with wingers? It'll be interesting to see what he does when everybody is back and fit. It'll be a headache for him. Wembley again, ole ole. I said I weren't going to do it, but I can't help it. Wembley again. Wembley again. Mark Smith. If you could rewind the clock back to watch one Coventry match, what would it be? Wow. I suppose it would have to be the FA Cup final, 1987, I think. I was too young to go. I weren't allowed to go. And to see that live would have just been amazing, I think. Glenn, as long as we are winning, we don't have to rush EMC or right back or Sheaf. That's very true. We don't. They compete with each other and get that goal, though, and Sims is seemingly hungry again. And I think we are bound to watch a hat-trick come from one of them quickly. I hope so. I hope you're right. Glenn also said, denied Borough playoff on last day and we get in instead. Borough just hate us anyway, didn't they? That would just put the nail in the coffin for them, I think, that one. Macaulay Duffin, I posted about Grimes and a lot of Swansea fans are saying they're not bothered, but I think they are deep down. They are 100% bothered. There's a small minority, I think, that say that they're not bothered. But a lot of fans that I've seen and I've spoken to, we're doing me and Mark are doing a Swansea preview tomorrow. So I'll hopefully get a little bit more of an insight on that, which will be up on our YouTube channel tomorrow night. So have a look out for that one as well. And we'll see what they actually say. Mark Smith, wouldn't it be karma if we sent Luton down last away game of the season? Yeah, it would be. I know you. You're down that way, Mark. But I don't mind Luton, to be fair. Yeah, I know they stopped us going to the Premier League, but it was just one of them things, you know. I was gutted, of course. But I suppose it would be karma if we did send them down. But you've got a bit more of a vendetta against them than I have, mate. Danny says, Grimes was a good part of Swansea's team, but I don't think they will be any worse without Grimes. Okay, interesting. Do you think we'll start to see those long balls coming over the top from Grimes changing our attacking play? Potentially, but he likes to play football. I've seen some of the clips and he does like to play football. He likes to play the way that we play, not just hit them long balls. And he's got an eye for goal as well. Oh, PSV had just equalised. If you're interested in that. I will miss one from Mark, sorry. Should we cash in on Sheaf in the summer? Not if we don't have to. If a stupid bid comes in for him, then maybe. But I don't think we need to. Just imagine Sheaf and a fit Sheaf playing well and Matty Grimes. I'll take that. How good is Jack Redoni? I'm a big fan of Jack Redoni. I was happy that we signed him. Thought he was brilliant. But yeah. Swansea not bothered like we wasn't bothered about O'Hare. Okay, interesting. Do we know what position he'll play? Sorry, are you on about Grimes there, Danny? Because he'll play central midfielder, holding central midfielder. Arguably our player of the season. Yeah, Rudoni's definitely up there. Definitely up there. Just because there's no one really that's been ever present. I think Dovin can come close. If Dovin carries on the form that he's in now, I think he can come close. But I think it's definitely a tighter one. I want Saka and Grimes on the wings or both central midfields to dominate those through balls. Yeah, Grimes and Saka are two different players. Grimes is definitely a central midfielder. Saka's more of a winger. Macaulay Duffin, thank you. Nice to see Asante finding a bit of form. Yeah. I still want to see more from Asante, though. Who is your Coventry City player of the month? For me, it's got to be Dovin for February. Dovin's just been outstanding in the last 3 games. 3-4 games, I suppose, including the Cup. And he was unlucky against Norwich as well. Should have had a clean sheet at Norwich, but we won't say too much about that one. Oh, blimey, it's 2-2 now. Villa Celtic. 1-1 Arsenal Girona. Billy Baldwin, who's your favourite player? Whatever or at the minute? Danny Waldron, Bobby Thomas for me. He's the one for me over the last few weeks for me. Yeah, he was Blackburn. He was a substitute, weren't he? Come on, because Binks got booked. But Bobby showed what he can do last game against Watford. He was strong in the tackle. He was brilliant. But yeah, at the moment, I would have to say Dovin. Billy Baldwin at the minute. See, I quite like the underdog Billy, really. I do like the underdog. And nobody really mentions Latti. You know, Latti for me has been a good player all season. Yeah, he's had the odd mistake and stuff, but he's been generally, you know, when everybody else has been poor, he hasn't been too bad. Yeah, I like Latti a lot, and you know he fills in where you need him to, whether that's right back, centre midfield. You know he plays in a few positions. So yeah, I do like Latti. Bobby Thomas is so good. He does not bottle anything. No, he doesn't. But neither does Kitchen. Kitchen's the same. Yeah, he's got the power and size to face a lot of teams' defence. Yeah, definitely. Would you offer Jamie Allen a contract offer after the season? Difficult one, because, you know, He'll probably want to bring in another couple of midfielders, I would imagine. Would I offer him a deal? Maybe a 1-year deal. Maybe a 1 with a chance of another 1 potentially. But I think he's going to want more first team football. And why not, Hi, Reese. Thank you very much for joining on Facebook. In the summer, if we have to sell to reinvest, who would you keep and sell? Wright, MVE, Sheaf, Sims. I'd keep Milan. I don't particularly want Milan to go anywhere. It's difficult on the other 3. Sims I'd probably don't particularly want to, but I'd probably sell Sheaf, just because of his injury record more than anything. And the fact that if this Grimes deal does happen, then that's your central midfielder, because we'll add anyway. Sims is only 24. Sims has still got a few more years to offer something potentially. Wright, yeah, I might keep Wright as well. We know he can do it in the Championship. Again, I just want to see more from Wright when he's back. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, MVE really is probably the only one that I definitely want to keep. I don't want to see Milan go. On his day, he's the best right back in the league, without a shadow of a doubt. I just want to see him prove it and show it more often. I'm telling you now, Doug King is still part of Sisu. No, he isn't. Mark, who's been the best signing out of Dovin, Radoni and BTA? You can kind of rule Brandon Thomas Asante out. Radoni and Dovin. Over the season so far, I'd go Radoni. But Dovin's, but I'm going to say Radoni has been the best signing out of them 3, followed by a close Dovin and then Brandon Thomas Asante. But that can change, If Thomas Asante starts scoring and Dovin keeps keeping clean sheets, then it's only going to be, good for us, really. Billy, do you think we'll get the playoffs? I've said it already, so I'll say it again. No, I don't. I don't think we'll get playoffs. I'll be happy with top 10. Macaulay Duffin. Is magic. We know. Oliver Dovin in goal is magic. That's as much as you're going to get from me. Man City 1-0 down if you're interested. Arsenal 2-1. Liverpool 2-1. Harvey Elliott. Excuse me. Any other questions or anything coming in? Anybody wants to ask about anything else? While I'm waiting for more stuff to come in, just remember where you can find us. It is scrolling down the bottom. We're on Twitter or X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We're on Facebook as well. I think I said that. We're on podcasts as well, so go and listen to us. If you listen to us on podcast, please go and rate us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, please go and like and subscribe. It is much appreciated. We are getting really quite high on that as well. Our YouTube's is growing massively. So really pleased with that. We're on 623 subscribers. Be amazing to get to 650, something like that. That would be amazing. So yeah, if you can go and share it with your friends and get them to like and subscribe as well. I'm just trying. I can't think of the tune for Bobby Thomas. It's gone out of my head. I'll come back to it, Billy. Stephen McGovern, what formation do you think is our best? Probably something like 4-3-2-1, something like that, maybe. And play with wingers, or 4-1-3-1, something like that. Can you sing your favourite Cov song, please? No, who's asking that? Billy Baldwin. Mark, super Frank, super Frank, super Frankie Lampard. What's your favourite Cov chant? Well, when my voice is in full song, we live and die in these towns. It's just brilliant. Love it. But I do like. We've got a cathedral. We've got one to spare. I do like that one. But we live and die in these towns is my favourite. I'm still trying to think of that one, Bobby. I will do it before the end of the night. That's it. Bobby Thomas, Bobby Thomas. He comes from Chester. He hates the Leicester. His head's in massive. Bobby Thomas, Bob. There you go. When Wright is fit, would you play him wide or up top? From Reese. Good question. For me, up top. I would play. It's difficult because I know I said that I would prefer to play 4 at the back. But I do like playing with 2 up top. So I'd like to play, like yeah, it's hard. It's really, really hard. But yeah, I'd probably go. I'd say up top. Billy, who would you buy if you had 100 million? I'd buy. I'm going to say Haaland, but he'd cost more than 100 million. But anybody that you'd want would probably cost more than 100 million, really, because you're going to go for like Lamal or somebody like that, aren't you? Haaland. Isaac. Would I bring Vic back for 100 million? Maybe. Who's improved the most under Frank Lampard? Wow. There's a number of people. Torp's improved. Sims's first touch has improved massively. Jamie Allen's improved. Rodoni's improved slightly as well. He's getting better. Mason Clark improved when he came back into the side. Yeah. Stephen McGuire met a Derby fan from the Wirral who went to the CBS just for We Live and Die in These Towns. Fantastic. Love it. Right. If there's no other questions coming in, I've been on just under about 9 minutes under the hour. 8 minutes just under the hour now. So thank you very much. Just remember where you can watch us. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Please go and like and subscribe. If you listen to us on podcasts, please go and rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcasts from. And thank you everybody that's come up and made a comment. Reese, Billy, Glenn, Stephen, Mark, Sky Blue Sam, Josh. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Look out for our Swansea preview, which will be out tomorrow. So yeah, go and listen to that. We've got a couple of other things coming up. We've got a former player interview coming up as well, so that will be good. So yeah, have a listen, have a watch, and thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. Cheers.